Okay, the last video I'm going to make on Ryan Reynolds, I swear. I don't trust any man who jokes about hating his wife, even if their relationship is amazing, because none of us know, right? None of us know. They could be so happy, these two. But given their celebrity status, first of all, I don't like how much they show their kids. That's going to bite you in the butt one day, buddy. Consent. They're too young. Anyway, what they're doing, and specifically him, she makes fun of him, but the jokes are different. And I'm going to get into that in a second. What they're doing is normalizing married people hating each other. More specifically, married men absolutely hating the women they're married to. And we know now that they actually do. Like, most of these men don't like their wives. That has been a shocking realization for a lot of women, that a lot of these happily married couples are women just enduring a bunch of crap and slowly or quickly becoming servants to the king baby, who's just, wants her to do everything, wants her to be the planet that orbits around the sun. He wants to be the motorcycle and she's the sidecar, who also has like 4 children in the sidecar with her. And you know what I mean? But he's driving, baby. He's driving. Now, like I've said in other videos, maybe she wants this life. Maybe she's always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. Maybe she hates acting and doesn't want to do it anymore and loves being with the kids. But she has said that she still wants to act. She's just more selective. And how does she have the time when this man is too busy because he's having bromances with his BFF and buying football teams without telling her? So if anyone didn't know this, his buddy Rob slid into his DMs and is like, "Hey, you want to buy like a soccer team?" And Ryan's like, "Okay." Didn't tell his wife. And then when he told that funny story on Jimmy Fallon or whatever, Jimmy Kimmel, I don't know, one of the Jimmy, he was like, "Yeah, funny story. I bought it without telling my wife, and I'm in trouble for that, but whatever. We're working on it. Silly little woman doing all this labor at home while I'm out buying football clubs." I think he had like a bourbon or whiskey or some sort of like liquor thing. I'm not looking it up. A mobile phone company, something else. God, y'all know, y'all the ones who've been adding to this nightmare of a scenario in my mind. And so Blake Lively, who used to have, an up and coming acting career and was kind of, right? Now the only thing I associate her with is being pregnant and being married to him, and wearing beautiful gowns at the Met Gala or whatever. Like, these two are very photogenic. They look really happy together. But some of the stuff this man says I find very disturbing. And also, they had their wedding on a plantation. Like, anyway, she went from being an actress, right? Up and coming actress, or I don't know, maybe established actress. I don't know. I didn't watch Gossip Girls or any of that stuff. But I knew her name. I don't think I've ever seen anything she's ever been in, but I knew her name. I knew she was a star. And now all I know about her is that she always seems to be in this condition. And she's always making the news because her husband is constantly making fun of her and how much he doesn't love her. And then she, makes fun of him back, but it's different. Like I said in another video, her main job now is raising 4 children and probably alone because he's gone all the time. And also doing charity work, which I swear, like, if you look back in history, every white woman who's rich ends up doing charity work for the rest of her life. Just like Justin Trudeau's wife and so many more. She's doing charity work. What a great thing. I'm not saying it's not a great thing, but it's the why. And then also, she wasn't crazy about him buying this stupid football, but now Blake Lively increases involvement in the football team. Of course, he's probably like, "Hey, I'm not going to put another baby in you. I'll just hand you a football team baby for you to have to take have to." I'm projecting so much here, y'all. I don't know these people. I don't care. I just want you to question these couples goals that they present to us, because I'm not buying it. This is weird. If my husband ever, which we don't have kids, so he would never do this, but if he ever made jokes like this, 3 of your most beautiful, considerate, and loving people you've ever known, and then there's Blake. I cannot imagine my husband talking about me that way, especially not on an enormous platform with millions of followers. Like, this guy thinks he's so funny. And like I tell you all the time, men's jokes are never jokes. There's something behind all of them, almost all the time. It's usually to humiliate someone or a way to hide their hatred for somebody or like resentment at somebody. They punch down all the time. I mean, that's how men treat each other too. That's why I hate most male comedians, to be honest. But this guy's jokes are so and he does to his daughters too. The way he talks about his kids, he's like, oh my god, I love them. Like they're so much better than her, but also they suck. Like this time when he was joking about when his wife was pregnant with their third child. And by the way, does he forget that she literally is risking dying every time? I'm sorry, but 4 babies, that's 4 chances at death. And he's just like, oh gosh, she's pregnant again. And someone's like, get the baby out there. And he goes, I keep whispering, stay in. Like, okay, the baby's not even born and you're roasting her. And I love humor, parent jokes. I love that parents are able to talk about like how honestly talk about parenthood and how hard it is. For the longest time, especially for mothers, they're not allowed to talk about that or they're bad mom. Remember one of the other comedians that talked about his so much crap about his kids and how hard they are and they're like little terrorists. And even though he loved his kids, he always talked about how much he hated his kids too. And I remember thinking, wow, they can be honest about things now that, they don't hate them, obviously. They just, whatever. That comedian then went on to joke about in front of other women, which he was doing. Louis C.K., folks. So I don't know. The fact that again, I don't mind people. I think people should be honest about parenthood and how hard it is. But his nonstop jokes about hating his wife and also sometimes really hating his kids. Like, bro, I'm starting to believe you don't actually like them, that you kind of hate them. And the fact that you are so busy that your wife is jealous of your BFF. Like, look at this. So Ryan made a professionally produced music video for his BFF that he bought the soccer team without telling Blake about. And then, it's like, well, she's jealous. Look, wow, that's a lot of effort you put into this. And then she's kind of like, I hope you're planning on something good for my birthday coming up. I don't know why she'd be jealous when he wishes Mariah Carey happy birthday as a way to disrespect her by being like, oops, I forgot my wife's birthday, but happy birthday to you, Mariah Carey. He did the same thing with Billy Ray Cyrus apparently too. Like the joke is that he forgets his wife's birthday or doesn't care. He also joked when someone was saying that Ryan Reynolds and wife Blake Lively struggling to spend quality time. He answered, I wish I could use a little me time. The dude is working all the time. And like I said, I've worked in the film industry. I know what being on set requires of someone. You literally don't see your family or anybody who's not on set for months at a time because the shooting hours are always crazy. And that's kind of like, that's why I quit the industry, honestly. I didn't want that life. Unless I'm working above the line as like a writer or like a director, I don't want it. I don't want to be on set. I want friends and community. And he's all like, I wish I could get some alone time away from this woman that I never see and all these girls that I created. Speaking of which, people seem to interpret him being like really happy about having girls as like a good thing because we've seen so many gender reveal parties where the dads are like, I'm not a girl. Where it's like, wow, misogynistic dad already hates his child. So we're like, yay, Ryan loves that he has 4 girls. Yeah, well, there might be a reason for that. Maybe he really loves girls and women. But he's like, no, I like girls. I know girls. And then he's also joked when they asked, how he's rallying behind his pregnant wife. And he's like, oh, no, it's not just me. It's them. I put those girls to work. Him and all his daughters. I mean, no wonder he loves girls. He's gone all the time. So he's got all these daughters who are going to take care of his wife. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Do romantic things. That's weird. I don't know. Weird phrase. But y'all, I'm being like super critical here. Maybe all of this is BS. But I'm sorry, bro. You are in the public eye and you constantly say this stuff. I'm allowed to criticize it because I think it's weird. He also joked that he loves his kids so much that he would not risk his life, but he would throw his wife in danger and use her as a shield. There's a lot of other dumb tweets, but that one, a lot of men think that way. Would absolutely choose baby over wife.